Hey everyone, Steven here, and today I'm looking at an underdesk keyboard tray from Yikola. This is a 360-degree rotating desk tray that mounts to any desk as long as there is clearance for it and the desk is 0.35 to 2.67 inches thick. Inside of the box you'll find the keyboard tray, metal mount, 2 hex keys, one to attach the metal mount and one to tighten the C-clamp, and the drawer. The keyboard tray is 23.54 inches long and 9.8 inches deep. The C-clamp is 3.66 inches tall and 2.05 inches deep, so keep in mind this will be visible on top of your desk. The drawer is 3.86 inches wide and 8.15 inches deep. Installation is quick and easy to do, with this taking a minute at most. Now, one thing I wasn't thinking about when I tried this on my stand-up desk is the motor and bar under the desk are there. So this actually prevents you from using the keyboard tray with the stand-up desk if you want to keep the keyboard and mouse on that, because as you actually rotate it, it's going to hit the bars under the desk that actually move the desk up and down. And so it's just going to try and push all of that off, right? So it's going to push the keyboard and mouse either off of the desk tray or it's just going to hit it and you can't move anymore. Now you could leave the keyboard and mouse off and put them on the tray only when you have to pull it out and use it, but that would be a bit of a pain to do every time you actually wanted to use it. The other thing you could do though is just leave the mouse on this and have it perpendicular to the desk. So if you didn't need to use the keyboard with this, you could actually just put the mouse in that lower position on it, and that would still work. And it actually is probably going to have a good enough clearance that you could rotate this still underneath the desk. Another way that you could still use this with a stand-up desk is if you were going to leave it in a standing position the whole time and you actually wanted the keyboard and mouse on this in the out position, meaning you're never going to actually rotate this underneath the desk. You could just put this, it's like a set it and forget it type situation. That would work with this as well. Now I have a B-roll station where I shoot various footage, and this desk essentially is 24 inches deep, and I've actually had to use it in the past temporarily with my PC, but the depth for this, especially with my bigger monitors, means that I'm always crammed close to the monitor, and I don't really like that personally. It's just too much. So the underdesk keyboard tray works great with that, and the walnut pattern actually matches the desk, which is nice. I do want to mention that this comes in an oak pattern and a black also. Once this was installed, I messed around with some games and I surfed the internet a little to make sure it was sturdy, and I'm happy to say it doesn't feel flimsy or wobbly at all. I would be mindful, however, though, that with a keyboard, if it is a full-size keyboard with 104 plus keys and a mouse, it actually starts to feel a little bit crammed on here. With a smaller keyboard, this works great, and you could still use the larger keyboard if you wanted to. It just means less space for the mouse and any movement that you're going to be doing with that. Now the price here is $74.95 with frequent sales on Amazon, and if you need more space on your desk or a lower position for your keyboard and mouse, then I think this is a great option to consider. There are other versatile options here that I mentioned earlier that you could actually use this in those other ways if it wasn't just to make this lower. In reference to the stand-up desk, if it's going to be in an out position the whole time, or if you need it for just a mouse, there are just other things that you can do with this. And the rotation here, where you do have that ability to just rotate this and essentially hide the keyboard and mouse, is really nice. So I like all the different options that this gives you with the movement that it can do, but I also like the little drawer on the side also. Being able to put pencils, pens, I put the hex keys in there, I put remotes that I have around in there, and now I know where all that stuff is at without it taking up a bunch of space on my desk is a really nice option also. And the price here isn't going to break the bank either. So I'll have a link for this in the description if you want to pick it up. If you have any questions about this, let me know in the comment section and I will answer that for you there. Well, that's going to be it for this one. If you like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all my content, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.